What is up, everybody, and welcome back to 2XTheGrind. It has been quite a while since we last brought you an episode, a couple weeks now. And first of all, we want to say we're really sorry about not putting out an episode for the last couple of weeks. We have been on the final stretch of our basement and getting it completely finished, and it's been quite the process, hasn't it? It really has been quite the process. It's still not done.
It takes longer than you think for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, oh, we'll be done like next week, and then next week rolls around, you're like,
nope.
To be fair though, we did take some like family time because you had off at work actually, so we took the opportunity to see some family. Yeah, we did. And relax a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Like in between, obviously, like doing mad stints in the basement and basically having to come home quite late at night and continue work here. But anyway, welcome to our new studio.
Welcome back.
Really cool.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for so long, haven't we? Being in this new studio in the basement.
It's already surreal being here.
We can't wait to actually show you like a real tour of what this looks like, because we keep saying the basement and it really isn't a basement.
Studio.
It's like an actual studio and movie theatre, and where all of our setups are going to be. We're going to be spending a lot of time down here, aren't we?
If you're watching on YouTube, bear with us of any audio issues and of course any lighting issues. We're figuring it out. We tried recording it last week and it was terrible.
Yeah, we got about halfway through last week and something just fell off. Yeah. And honestly, when I reviewed the footage back, it was really quite god awful. So I'm really glad we did stop when we stopped. Yeah. And also the fact that the dogs were upstairs having an argument with each other. So they were fighting.
I had a breaking point with it. We were like, let's just try it. And then the lighting was really bad. We're like, we'll just try it. And then there was an echo. Yeah. And we're like, we'll just keep going.
Yeah, there also might be a little bit of an echo here today as well. So I apologize also if you can hear that as well, guys, who are really listening pretty closely. We do have like a bunch of foam around us to try and get as much of that kind of
furniture
away.
Hopefully this week.
Yeah, it's still empty. It's very empty down here. So it needs to be filled for sure. But I hope you like it.
Shout out to the mods.
Yeah. This is the first thing you're probably looking at right now. It's obviously, why haven't we addressed the big elephant in the room or big logo in the room? The mods of Snakebites channel, and actually, to be honest, you guys as well actually got together and surprised us with this pretty incredible, it's not even a gift. This is ridiculous. Like, this thing is one of the best things I think I've ever been given, honestly. Like, it's so cool, especially when it comes to work and stuff, like in terms of work and what we're doing here. Super thoughtful and quite incredible as well. It lights up, which is really, really cool. I don't know, I've been so excited to get up. The second it was up, we were freaking out. We were like, oh my god, let's film right now. But we had to get things settled down. But we absolutely love it. Thank you so much for sending that to us.
Yeah, big thank you.
It's really cool.
Looks incredible. We're glad we finally got it up. We were itching to get down here to like be able to record because of that back there. So
oh my god,
finally be able to do it and be in the space. And honestly, it's going to make life a lot easier now having the space, let alone how much we love it.
It's awesome. But yeah, it's like a genuine studio down here, which is really cool.
It's gonna be fun. We'll show them. We're
going to give you a full tour and everything. But it's good to be back. Welcome to episode 17. We've got to talk about the major, and luckily
no more missing.
There hasn't really been any Call of Duty either, so we kind of are still on the same topics that we would have been last time. Anyway,
it worked out really well.
The last episode. Before we get into things though, you may notice a bag of coffee before you, and this one is a very special bag. This is all the way from Disneyland. I have just kicked a box over underneath my feet, which I didn't know was there. But you know what? We're going to forget about that and talk about this gorgeous bag of coffee. Thanks for sticking with us, folks. Well, this actually came all the way from Disneyland from our very, very good friends, Jay and Lex. Thank you so much for sending this over. Absolutely stunning. I must say, this might actually be, in terms of looks, my favourite bag of coffee ever.
Can I see the front of it? Yeah.
And then the sides.
It is. It's definitely one of the best.
Have a little look.
Aesthetic.
The sides are absolutely gorgeous as well. The back.
I mean, it's from Disney.
The back
what
is
do you
a
expect?
coffee
What do you
bean
expect?
Disney logo, Mickey Mouse head. It is so cool. If you guys actually do want a propaganda at this, take a look at our Instagram. It will be on the Instagram a bit later today. But this is absolutely stunning. This is actually the original Mickey Mouse Classic blend. It says it's a rich and smooth blend from Central and South America. This is a medium roast, which actually most classic blends are medium. This is just, it's just stunning. I just loved it. You want to read it?
No.
Nope. No, you don't want to read it? Okay,
you
that's
could
all
read
right.
it.
Well,
You're the pro here.
Okay. So, this bag of coffee boasts that our roastmasters search the globe for the very best sustainably farmed Arabica beans. I can never say that word.
I'd say you're a big company.
Yeah, right?
The roast master.
The roast...
roast masters.
You
have a roast. That's when you know you're just a huge company.
Yeah,
you have a roast
legit.
master searching the globe.
Legit. Excuse me. We have an opening for a roast master.
How do I sign up? How do I sign up for that?
I don't know. Let's ask Disney. Each blend is masterfully roasted to highlight exotic flavors in each cup. Our dedication to quality is why Joffrey's is the official specialty coffee for Walt Disney World Resort Disneyland. And we collaborated with Disney chefs to create more than 25 blends belonging to the Disney Specialty Coffee Collection. Mickey Mouse Classic Blend is an artisan blend, first imagined to celebrate Mickey's 90th anniversary. He's an old boy, isn't he? Mickey is an old boy. He's 90.
Oh, yeah. 90?
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, you'd celebrate all year round, it says, with this smooth coffee that is just a classic. We will put some links and stuff to where you can get a bag yourself. You don't have to just go to Disney. You can buy it off their website, joffreys.com/Disney. Yep.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
You can. This is not sponsored and this is not an ad. This is kindly gifted. Thank you so much, Jay and Lex. We love it. Let's try it.
I already had a sip.
Every time, people, every time he leaves me. Do you want cheers anyway?
Absolutely.
Cheers to the new space. Cheers to you guys for being super patient. We love you so much. Cheers.
Delicious.
It is so good.
You know how I know it's really good?
Yeah.
Because today I went with a black cup of coffee, as did you, and it's still just delicious.
Yeah, I actually have already had this before. Shocker. Okay.
How could you?
We had this when we tried to film this the first time down here, and we had it with creamer, and it was amazing. And yeah, because I was sad that we didn't put this up, I finished the whole cup, obviously. But this time I was like, let's try something different. Let's really try and taste the coffee, and let's have it black. So this is what we're doing. And I must say, one of the things I love about this so far is that there's a lot of coffees, even when I have it with creamer, that really dry my throat out. Does anybody else get that when they drink some coffees? It depends on like how you've brewed it, how strong it is, what kind of roast it is. But there's a lot of coffees that we've tried that really dried my throat out, and it makes me like want to cough. This does not. This is lovely.
Yeah. You know, it's one thing especially with this podcast now, really since probably we've been together, but then even now going into the podcast, you know, it's something that I can definitely appreciate now is actually good coffee.
Yeah.
Because like before, I definitely wouldn't have, like, I just kind of had whatever, like I drink coffee, but I just kind of had whatever. But then now after like going and getting like better blends and stuff like that, like more premium, would that be the right word? Like premium blends. You actually can taste a very significant difference to like just the one you go pick up at a store. You
start tasting, especially, so this is obviously a classic blend. There's nothing too fancy about this. This is a very well-rounded coffee, pairs well with anything. This is why it's a classic. But you can taste, like when coffee has on the package about like the notes and what notes you can taste. I can taste them now. Like I really can taste a big difference.
I feel like a pro.
The only thing I couldn't taste was pink lemonade that one time.
Yeah, that was a struggle. That was
strange, and honestly, I wouldn't want to mix pink lemonade with coffee anyway. But I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Some people do.
Yeah, some people do.
What we got?
This is really good. This is good. Also, good morning, everybody, to all the early risers who do tune in 7 a.m. on the dot.
What if they're watching at night?
Yeah, they could be, but I'm saying good morning to the early risers.
You just don't care about the others?
Of course I do, but I'll say it later on.
What are you gonna say?
I don't know.
You're gonna say good night to the people you just said good morning to in 30 minutes?
Good night, everybody. Yeah. Well, good morning, early risers.
Good morning,
good evening,
good
afternoon, good night.
And good evening, depending on what time.
That was so disjointed. Right. Let's get into the
That's what you gotta say.
topics.
Good morning. good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're listening.
Right, folks. It may seem, I'm ignoring it completely. We're going forward. This may seem like it's a long time coming, but we need to talk about obviously what happened at the major. Weirdly, how we're talking about that, it feels kind of a while ago now. Major 4 though.
It's been a good break.
I have here my notes. What happened? What stood out to us? Obviously, we saw another incredible win from Atlanta Faze. Which was just epic. And it's back to back now.
Let's go like in order for the major of like the start of the weekend into Sunday. Okay, so the first thing to talk about for me, obviously we can only like talk about so much of it, but the Huke situation.
So you want to go for that one first?
Not the video he put out. Topic, but missing the major, which is a public.
Yeah. Okay. So that technically thing. That is under this first thing. What happened and what stood out to us? I would say. There was a few things that stood out. Okay, let's just quickly channel some of them so we don't have to talk too in depth about them. But like, for example, a lot of things actually went wrong for a lot of teams that major. Like, especially it was the first one on land, and I feel like this happens so much in life where everyone's super excited for something. It's like a birthday. Yeah. You wait all year for your birthday, and something always goes wrong. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Okay, but you get what I'm trying to get out here. Most
people look forward to my birthday. Do you guys look forward to your birthday? Like, I really don't.
This is not what I intended to start here.
No, but sorry, go ahead, continue. You look forward to your birthday.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm just not big on... I get wiser every year.
I don't know if that's true.
I get more classy.
You are very classy.
That's very sweet.
So what do you mean by that, though? Like, it went wrong.
Because when you're really excited for something and you have high expectations, like going to land, how much was that, like, vamped up?
Yeah.
Something's going to go wrong. And so many things went wrong for teams. Like, for example, look at what happened to New York Subliners. Yeah. Oh, that is gutting. Because I had them going for that. I really did have them like going for again, competing for the potential final. You know what I mean? I really did have them up there. And it's such a shame that ASIM couldn't make it. And, you know, he was absolutely gutted. The team were gutted as well. I got to say, Decimate did a really good job at fitting in there. Yeah. I thought he was really aggressive and he really did bring some kind of like spark to S&D. But in the long run, it wasn't good enough because when it comes to respawns, you need to be practiced. You need to be firing on all cylinders as a team, and it's really hard. So that sucked for them. And then on the other hand, we had another mishap with 100 Thieves. Yeah. Well, LA Thieves. I'm not really supposed to say that, but I can have slip ups on my podcast. Okay. I can have slip ups.
It's our podcast.
I'll get a slap on the hand if I said that on there.
It's our podcast.
I'll just kick the box again. It's the cable management box.
How did you kick that box? You know you kicked that earlier. And then you kicked it over the second time. And then you said you didn't know it was there as if you didn't kick it the first time.
Well, I didn't. I kicked it just ratting me out here on camera. I kicked it the first time. Okay, it was like a scrape, so it wasn't like a proper kick. What is that? It is the box. Okay, I didn't know how far it was in front of me. Yeah. I wasn't sure, but when I'm down, like when I'm sat here, my instinct is to like flex my legs out a bit.
Why are you just swinging your feet? Like,
I'm not swinging. I'm excited. Okay, I'm just having fun.
And you kicked it a third time.
I can't help it. I need to tie my feet onto the chair.
So LA Thieves.
What happened? The Huke situation was just unreal, and we can dive into this because this was extremely controversial. This was also so much, public, dramatic, you name it. It was there. Let's talk about it. I mean, from your perspective, I think the first thing to address is the fact that you are at a major. Yeah. Okay, you are playing for weeks to get to this major and to place in this major. And not only that, but we are coming to the end of the season now. So it's now or never. This team has also gone through a hell of a ride. The player himself, Huke, has also gone through a hell of a ride. You would think he would want to be there, turn up, mean absolute business, be professional and play and show everybody, you know what, drama aside, look at me. Yeah. I'm awesome. Yeah. This is why I deserve to be here. But quite frankly, I was really disappointed in it. Too. I really was. Not because of what happened. I think mistakes can be made. I think things can happen. People can, you know, make wrong decisions, or timing can be difficult for some people, and I understand that, and trust me, because I'm not that organized. Well, I haven't been in the past, and I've been really working on that.
You've gotten a lot better. Give yourself some credit.
I understand like certain things, but it was just the way it was handled by the individuals. It was the way it was like dealt with. It was the way like there was encouragement, there was like help given to try and correct the issue, and it just wasn't like it was just as if he didn't even want to play. What do you think of it?
Yeah, well, I like Huke a lot. Like, I've known him for quite a while now. There's just no way, there's no sugarcoating it to make it be an okay scenario. This is your job. This is what you get paid for to do. Paid to do, to compete and to play at a high level. And, it's just really irresponsible with what had happened. And, when your teammates, Kenny went on the record of kind of explaining this whole situation. And he basically said it just seemed like he didn't want to play, and it's just disappointing because given, I don't know what you would call it, like, the controversy-ish that the whole thing that happened with, like, his video, obviously we won't comment too much on it, but in his video he said, I'm good. Like, I'm all good if anyone wants to give me a shot at playing. And then LA Thieves that day actually put him back on the starting roster. So they kind of, like, took it, I don't want to say, like, took a shot because there was a bit of, like, I guess rumors going around and whatever, but then like to follow it up like that, man, like, it's just, it's tough. It's very, very tough. And now he's benched. He's benched again, and I assume won't be playing in champs. And I mean, who would like? He's one of the best players, period, in Call of Duty. Like, he is and has been for a long time. And won last year and really like came into his own, I feel like. And then to have this year, I don't get it. I hope he's okay. I don't know what else to really say about it. I hope he's okay, and that's kind of it. Like, I hope. Yeah. That's the only thing. I hope he's good, and I'm sure he'll come out firing next year. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope the exact same. I hope he's okay.
Because it's concerning.
I hope he learns from it as well. Because I mean,
something like that is, to me, and you guys can say what you think, and I mean this with no disrespect whatsoever, but something like that is concerning. Would you say the same? I mean, with what was going on and what happening, like, for something like that to happen, I feel like it's like, I don't think it's
very concerning.
I don't think it's a unbelievable coincidence that a problem occurred with a player that problems have been occurring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I completely agree with you.
So hopefully he's okay, and if he is, I'm sure he'll be fine for next year.
Yeah, I do hope he's okay. I've got to say I'm pretty disappointed.
Yeah, same.
But, it is what it is. Just because I have been an advocate for him, especially after Dallas. But it's just very difficult because of the rolling kind of things that have been coming out.
We've been saying the whole time, I still don't think any of the teams benefit without him. Like, I really don't. Even though he's more of an individual player right now, you feel like he still benefits a team despite the fact that he plays so individually. And at the moment, the way that the league is, the way that kind of the meta has formed is that it really is so competitive that you have to be an incredible team. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
I mean, so?
Yeah, like, because there's been some kind of issue. Clearly, this year in particular, there's been some kind of issue going on with him. Because I've even seen comments on this channel of people being like, he's not adapting to the game well or whatever. Let me tell you something about that kid. He's been a professional Call of Duty player for, I mean, Jesus Christ, 6 years now or something like that. Went over to Halo, won 2 tournaments there or something like that in Halo 5. Went back to Call of Duty, won some tournaments there.
No, I understand that.
It's not, he knows from an individual standpoint and a team standpoint, he knows what he's doing.
I totally understand that. But with that all aside, it doesn't matter. You can still, even if you know how to play as a team and you know how to be a team player, it doesn't mean you act like one. So, like, what do you do if someone's just not just abiding by what the team are doing and he's doing his own thing? What do you do then?
I don't know, because I get it, but at the same time, if you're not replacing him with someone who's better, like, I feel like you just got to figure out how to make it work. Now, like, honestly, with what's going on, like, it seems like there's a bigger issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than just, like, gameplay related. But I've said this week in, week out of, I get it if there's some kind of issue, but unless you're replacing with someone a lot better, it's rough, Yeah, I know. Dallas going and getting Vivid now, I feel a lot better. Like, obviously after seeing how they played, but like them bringing on why can't I think of his name?
Sorry.
Who did Dallas bring on for Huke?
When
Ellie went to SMG and he came on as an AR. Fellow,
yeah.
right.
I was about to say phyllo. Phyllo pastry.
No,
fellow.
it's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the name. But, like, you know, that change.
I love how we said that exact same time.
Yeah, I know. That change, like, just made no sense. But I get it now, given everything that's going on. But it's like, that's just my point. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, for example, put it yourself into this situation, but in Halo, right? Let's say one of your teammates, I'm not going to name a name because I don't know who it would be. Mm-hmm. And it's just easier just to say somebody. So if somebody started playing super individual and we're getting like pretty nice kills every now and then, mm-hmm. and making like some decent runs on it, but we're not listening to what you guys were doing or saying, and you guys were basically like a 3 and a 1. Yeah. And it was just totally individual. And because it was so competitive and infinite, some little tiny decisions that person was making going against the team effort was causing you the games, causing you the series. What would you do? Would you not be annoyed? Would you not drop them?
Oh, I would be annoyed without question. But when you're teaming with some of the best players in the game, you gotta pick your fight.
And time again of telling them.
I get it.
But they're causing you series and games.
I get it and I agree, but I don't think if you ever having an issue with someone, it's happening time and time again, right? But you know you have the capability to win if you fix that with that person, right?
But if they just refuse.
But they're clearly refusing, right? It's like, it's just pick your poison. Because then do you go and make a roster change, which is what Dallas did. They picked up Fellow when they knew they weren't going to win.
I understand that, but
I get it.
But the individual was actually causing you problems.
Yeah, I know, but it's like they just had to have a breakthrough to figure it out. That's the only, because I understand what you're saying and I agree with you, but like, do you get what I mean?
No, I understand what you mean, but then I think on the opposite side, I would be annoyed too. I'd be annoyed. You either stop or you get dropped.
Yeah, but you're going to place the same.
Well, but what if you don't? What if you find someone that fits in well? Because let's be honest, Dallas are the last mate. They weren't half bad.
Right, because they found someone who fit well. That's what I'm saying. Like, I have no problem with them.
That's what I mean. They wouldn't have done that unless they did what they did.
I think they could have. They could have found someone better. I'm sorry.
The
fellow change just made no sense. I'm sorry. We both know it wasn't going to happen with fellow. When they got Vivid, I was like, yeah,
I think they should pick up methods.
No.
I think so.
No.
I think methods on Dallas Empire.
I'm sorry, Illy with an SMG just looked awful. So Illy needs to stay on AR. Krim is an AR player. They need another SMG, which is why they look good with Vivid.
I would like to see methods back in the league at some point now. I think he would be a good addition to have.
I wonder if you might not be able to comment on this, I guess, but I wonder if he's having a hard time negotiate, not him, but Toronto with dealing him kind of. You know what I mean? Because it seems like a lot of roster changes have happened. So it's why has he not been included?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
interesting.
Really don't know, but we'll have to wait and
very
see.
Interesting.
Anyway, so my next
Did we just have our first fight?
No. Not yet. You'll know when we do.
Okay, fair enough. That was scary.
Oh, no. That was scary.
She looked at me dead when she said that.
No, so my next topic of conversation is Atlanta Faze, obviously. And I think that's actually something that's been asked for to talk about. Atlanta Faze, back-to-back, looking really damn good, looking very promising. And I think something that I love about this team at the moment is probably where they are at the moment in the timeline of the season. I think right now is a great time to be looking damn sharp and to be looking unbeatable. Yeah. And I feel like from where they were at last season, and I totally understand, very big difference, different game, different number of players on a team, different teammates even. But we do have a core there, and we also do have some kind of familiarity.
Well, they improved, let's be honest. So going to 44, they improved.
Yeah, they did, and they picked up probably one of the, if not the best ARs in the game currently. Looking incredible. So what I love about this team is the fact that they can push through whatever they're going through, and they know how to fix it. They either know how to fix it because they're an incredible team, or they also do have incredible staff behind them who are able to give them what they need to do in terms of VODs or decision making.
It's also no
whatever they're doing.
It's also no coincidence that the two, no offense to them, but I'll just call it how I see it. It's no coincidence that the two players that they let go to another team, being Major Maniac and Priesta, both not having great years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they obviously saw something that other people didn't.
And then they're rewarded with one of the best and most consistent ARs in the game. So.
Yeah. Huntsman let him go at the start.
To beat.
Yeah. Huntsman let him go before the start of the season, who now obviously OpTic Chicago. But yeah, so stars aligned, quite frankly, for Atlanta Faze. Stars aligned. If they, I think people probably wouldn't have believed it last season that they could align any more, but they did. And now this squad is, quite frankly, I think one of the best squads we have in this generation in terms of COD. I mean, this squad is unreal in terms of their consistency, what they're doing on the map, the way that they're playing COD. They're playing picture perfect Call of Duty at the moment, and it's pretty amazing to watch. Now, the big question is, from your perspective, and I think this is really interesting to get what you think about this, purely because you've kind of been there.
Yeah.
So you have been, and you are, on a team that consistently do well. But not only that, you're consistently under pressure to do well.
Yeah.
You feel like, and I can say this wholeheartedly because I have conversations with you and I know how you are, but I feel like you think that if you guys even slip up the smallest amount, you guys get, I wouldn't say hate, but questions.
Yeah, you're held
they're not
to
good
it.
anymore.
Yeah, you're
like, you're going to get beaten by this team in Infinite, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of silly. But there is that pressure for you guys. And likewise, there would be for Atlanta Faze, because I think people expect them to be the top. They expect them to be literally the best at the moment. Do you see that run coming to an end anytime soon? Or do you think right now they're peaking at a perfect time with champs coming around the corner? Do you see any teams catching up?
So I see it both ways. What I mean by that is I actually don't think they're peaking at the right time. I think whoever wins this next major is the one who peaks at the right time, basically. Because think about it. Like, they won the last major. There's been a 2-week break. And then now you have 3 weeks of online matches into it. So I do think they're still trending in the right direction. This is how I would kind of put it. I think that they're by far the favorites to win every tournament. Whether or not they're peaking at the right time, we got to wait to see, I think. Will they be stopped, or can they be stopped? Yeah, absolutely. Because if they're consistent, which is the most impressive part about them, but they lost to Toronto, and then a Dallas squad that you probably wouldn't... you just wouldn't have predicted them in the final, right? Fair to say. Would you have predicted them in the final? That Dallas team?
No, I really wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. They almost beat them. And, they were one game away from doing it. And I think they had a 5-4 lead in the series. Wait, is it 5-4? 4-5? 4-3?
I honestly can't remember.
I'm trying to think back to it's because it's
a long
it's a best of 9,
so
I'm pretty sure it's a best of 9, so I'm pretty sure it's first to 5. Anyway, so Dallas has the lead, and they had the potential to close it out. And then if you even go back to the Toronto series against FaZe, was it? I know it's so long ago now, so it's hard to remember. Was it Kleenex who had the big blunder with the?
Yeah, he did on
Moscow. On Moscow map 1. So they go down 2-0 with a streak.
Yeah.
So they go down 1-0. Then they go down 2-0. Then they bring it back to game 5. They lose game 5. So it's not it's just this untouchable force that is plowing through the competition. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's pretty close. Now, like I said, they're by far the favorites. I'd pick them to win right now. They're the best team. You can't argue it. They're the best team.
Can I add a little something just to ask you as well while you're thinking of it? Do you think it has anything to do, especially we see kind of this I feel like we see this closeness of games more so at a major because of that best of 9. Do you feel like it was because of their winners bracket run that they felt like Dallas kind of had the edge and the kind of steam?
It could have been. It definitely could have been, because I don't we've talked about that finals format before. But I don't know, the point kind of stands because of the whole Toronto thing. So the point stands of what I mean. But I definitely think that Dallas has an advantage heading into the finals over FaZe, who is sitting in the finals, because I don't like the format. I know you can't comment, but the format, you don't have an advantage coming through the winners bracket, and how it's still not changed to me is crazy. But live and learn, I guess. I do think that could have played a part in it, though, to what you're saying, because that's pretty much why FaZe lost to Toronto in the major that they did. Toronto was coming out hot, and FaZe were sitting there cold, and Toronto came out. I don't remember what the map count was of that. major, but Toronto came out really on fire. So
I can't remember that map.
I don't think it. I think that Dallas had the advantage.
5-3?
Yeah, I think it was something like that at that major. I think that Dallas had the advantage going into it, but to be honest, like once FaZe started winning a couple maps, I was like, oh, they'll pull away. But Dallas kept fighting, so to their credit, they were there. You know, it's not like they won map one and then like didn't win another one. Like they fought. They fought hard.
I was also going to say, I think I was obviously really impressed with Dallas Empire, but I got to say I was very impressed with Atlanta FaZe in a different level, because I think being down like that, they're not used to.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they can fight back also shows like how much resilience they
got
have.
Some composure. They won a game 5 versus Toronto, and then
scary.
You know, their backs are kind of became up against the wall in the finals, and they clutched up. They iced up. Yeah. But the scary part, it's scary in both ways. It's scary in that team having that ice is scary as a competitor. But then on their side, because I've been there before, relying on those game 5s, it's gonna bite you in the butt eventually. It'll get you eventually, and that's why we always hated going game 5, because even if you're the better team, it just takes one game to just lose it, and then, you know, so
yeah.
But so it's scary in both ways. In this case, because they won, it's scary because they just got the ice. You know, they're ready to go.
Quick question, just to round off this little CDL. Topic. Who's winning champs, do you think? I had to answer this question already for CDL. So I get asked these questions all the time that I have to deliver on air, even when I'm uncomfortable to do so.
I just said that you can't pick it. I'm not picking it until I see who wins the next major. When I see the next major, I'll tell you who's going to win champs.
Okay, folks at home, help me out here. Don't leave me hanging, because I've had to say this. Who is winning champs for you guys? Tell us.
I think if you don't think FaZe are the favorites to win it right now, that's dumb. Okay. But I do think if you pick NYSL or Toronto, I don't blame you.
Correction. Put who you think will win it, and then put who you want to win it. I'd love to know.
Respect.
I'd love to know that.
Respect.
You know, I really am. I don't know if it's because we're in New Jersey and we're close-ish, but I really am quite gunning for NYSL to have a good run in this next major. Yeah. I want a bit of competition. I want by the time we get to champs, I want it to be like
four teams fighting.
I want it to be like insane.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
I want it to be like, oh my goodness, this is going to be so difficult.
You said you want a little bit of competition. I'm like, it doesn't. I mean, it was pretty close.
That's what I'm saying. But
I know what you mean.
But what I'm saying is just like
every team to be
every single team. I want it to be like you literally go into this match and you're like, I really don't know. Yeah. Like it's who plays better right now on the day. I think it'd be awesome, especially coming in for champs. And I would say, I feel like it's heading that way. I feel like this season we have seen teams go from high to low to medium to high to low, and it's all just kind of like, it just depends on who they're playing. And it's been pretty incredible because the competition's been so fierce, which I love. But yeah, so it's going to be wicked. Is there a team that you really want to see kind of like heat up before champs that you think would make it interesting?
I'd like to see OpTic turn up.
We need to talk about.
You know, I'd really like to see them turn up. Just from a fan perspective, you know, they just announced now the next major is going to have fans, and you know, I don't know whether it's announced for champs or not. I don't know. It's probably still up in the air for all I know. But you know, the fact that fans are going to be back, I think is a great thing for OpTic and a great thing for Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. The green wall is always strong, so I just hope that they start turning up just to like.
Can I ask you a question?
From the fan perspective, you know.
What was your initial reaction seeing them play for the first time on LAN after everything? After them saying, you know, how confident they were about being back on LAN, like LAN was their place.
Yeah, I mean, they got six.
But what was your first reaction watching it?
Just not impressed. Like, just kind of more of the same. They placed exactly what I thought they would, and if NYSL was in full force, they probably get outplaced by NYSL and don't sit in the top 4. I love them. I hope I love them. I hope that they do well. I want them to win.
We all love them. I love them. Some of them are my friends as well. But
yeah,
I mean, what have you noticed? Have you noticed something? Have you noticed anything that is going wrong for them in terms of like some of the stuff they're doing? I feel like it's weird. It changes for me. Yeah. Every time I watch them, like something else creeps up. Like for me, it was like a couple of different things. First, it was just not adapting properly, not adapting to gameplay throughout a map, and then they would actually lose the map because of that. Some of it was just very small, poor little mistakes that were really just kind of, I would say, basic for them, for their experience, for their kind of like careers. Very basic mistakes, like leaving gaps open in their gameplay, especially in their respawn. I mean, I have numerous like situations in my head that I can recall back, and a lot of them actually, funny enough, happen on raid. Like leaving pillars completely wide open and not watching pillars at all. Not looking back art and stuff like that, like not checking certain spots or not having somebody being there to check, and just letting people infiltrate your team so easily, and it just gets broken down. Like your hills just get completely turned over. Stuff like having the perfect positioning in laundry and then giving up laundry for no reason. Oh my god, just very basic little things.
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with what you said of their problem. You can't pinpoint their problem because they just keep having different problems. You know, one week or like one couple matches, Dashy like doesn't show up, and then like the next week he's frying, and then all of a sudden Formal's having a rough series, but then Formal's amazing this year. Then
it's Envoy.
They just have a consistency issue, and I wonder how much of it comes down to, they say they're practicing really hard. I don't know how much. I know that teams practice a lot. I don't get any insight into that. So if they're practicing really hard, I don't know. I think it's probably, to be honest, I think that they probably lack. They potentially lack a good vocal leader. But I don't know, man. It was rough. You know, I want to see them do well. Right now they just don't have it. You can't really spin it in a good way for them. They went to LAN and they got smoked. Like they literally got smoked by Dallas, who I wouldn't have. I thought they probably would beat Dallas, and then they don't, and I'm like, shit, you know, like this isn't good. Like that's not good. Especially how much hype you had, like heading into the, like, you know, it was a lot of talk about OpTic and LAN and everything, and it was kind of more of the same for me. Maybe fans give the juice, you know, make it different. I don't know, but
really, can I make it that different though?
No, it doesn't. But it doesn't at all, in my opinion. I mean, every player's different, I guess, but for me it doesn't. But I don't know. They could pull it together though. Like they're not.
No, I know.
They're not like far off. They just haven't clicked yet. You know, and I don't know if it's a leadership thing. I don't know if it's, you know, it seems like they get along out of game really well.
What's really cool about OpTic is, like, you look at all four of these players and you just still, no matter what, have hope that they're going to play well because of what they've accomplished and how good they are individually, but also like you can just tell there's certain moments, like we've seen flashes of OpTic being on form. Like we've seen, I would say honestly, Major 3, I was like, oh my goodness, like they're actually waking up. Do you remember that?
Well, they were, and you remember they were terrible heading into it.
Yeah, but they went into losers bracket and they made an incredible run. They got top 4.
Yeah, they choked against Toronto.
Did they get top 4? Or did they get top 6?
I don't remember, but they choked game 5 against Toronto.
Yeah, I think they did get top 4.
I can't remember. It's too long ago.
All I know is that I was very impressed with
them. They should have won the
control.
I was
like, this is it. It's happening.
Against Toronto, they should have won the control. And then you fast forward to the SND, 5-5. They get plant down, and they get smoked.
Yeah.
5-5. You have plant down at what? B site? Is that the right? No, A site.
A.
On raid, and you go for it. They didn't get a kill.
No.
They just went 4 dead.
You talking about the one by Tiki?
No.
Is that B?
No, it was at Laundry.
Is that A?
I'm getting so confused now because I'm not joking. It's been 2 weeks since I've looked at the map.
I can't remember.
But no, like it was 5-5 game 5 against Toronto.
Yeah.
I think they got 4th. I think it was for top 3. I'm pretty sure it was 4th. I'm pretty sure it was top 3.
I thought it was 4th.
And they have full control, full sight, everything, and they went 4 dead. Didn't get a kill. And I'm like, what? Like, what are we doing? Like, what happens here? You know what I mean?
I think that, but we have moments like that, and you still look at the team, and you're just like, no, they can still do it.
No, yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%.
That I think is really cool.
They're just that good of players that you're like, someone can catch fire. Like Dashy can just catch fire.
And I think it's really cool as well for their fans, because I know that their fans feel that to a much more extreme way. But it's nice that there is actually something, there's substance to that thought process, which is really nice.
The issue with them, though, right?
Who?
OpTic, not the fans. OpTic.
I was like, huh?
No, the players is like, and I love them. I love the org. I love everything about them. I hope they do well. But the question is, like, for like players, right? Like, how long does that stay before you just kind of like, it's not going to happen? You know what I mean? Like, we've been saying that all year, and you said it, and we said it last year. Last year they did pretty good. Obviously, they won a couple of home series or whatever.
Yeah.
But last year was weird. You know, COVID and going to online and everything. But like, you know, this year we've been saying it the whole year, and it's like, at what point are you like, yeah, you know? And then like you go into next year. It's
I don't know, because I think like OpTic are very unique in that way, because obviously like they're one of the only teams to have not
stick together,
dropped anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so them and Atlanta Faze have been that way. Is there anybody else that I can think of hasn't dropped anybody? Is that it?
No, I think that's it. Pretty sure that's it.
I'm pretty sure that is it. So like that is very unique, and they obviously have a lot of belief behind those players, and believe it or not, that will do something to a team. That will definitely encourage a team to like know that you are in this together, and there is still belief behind 100%. You. But I mean, that's something that I don't know. That I can't answer that question. They're very different from the other orgs, so I don't know. I suppose they're going to have to, I think for them, in terms of their priority level, I think they would probably switch up other things first before they switch their players. So whether that be coaching staff, whether that be roles, whether that be whatever it may be, I think the players switching up comes very dead last. Yeah. I don't think that they would be switching those up. I think it'd be like right at the bottom before they, you know, make something that extreme.
Who do you even replace?
Like, exactly. You know? That's the question. Yeah. That's the question. But anyway, I think that'll do it for CDL. I'm very excited for the run to Major 5. For the run, the week starts literally
this week.
Yeah, tomorrow for you guys. So really, really exciting. I'm really excited to come back. I'm actually burning to do a bit more COD now. I'm ready. I've had a good rest. I've had a bit of R&R, some TLC, and it has been really nice.
Deserved time off.
But you know what? The fun is yet to be had, because we are heading into the last kind of portion of the season. I am pumped. I'm really pumped. But I tell you what, folks, actually I want to quickly bring up one last topic before we, you know, head off for the night.
I'm fighting off a sneeze right now.
You're fighting off a sneeze? God. You can sneeze.
No,
you need.
I don't want
Why
to.
have you just started making me think about that?
Is that a thing? Can you make someone think about sneezing?
I don't know why. Just automatically, just as soon as you said that, had this weird little tickle happen.
I didn't want you to start another topic, because I think I was gonna need a second. I'm good now.
Are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you need another second?
No, I'm good. I'm okay.
Okay, beautiful. Excuse the sniffles, people. So Halo. Just a little chat about Halo. I know.
What you want to know?
What do I want to know? There's so much I want to know. Well, obviously, Halo had announced something that we all thought potentially was going to be about Infinite, but it was not, and that's okay.
No,
that's
it's
all
not.
right.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
It's all right.
No, it's not.
But exciting for Halo 3 lovers and fans. Don't laugh. Because obviously the Xbox Fanfest, right?
Yeah.
Is coming to town.
Something like that.
Summer Fanfest, something. Xbox Fanfest, I believe it is. It's 2v2 Halo 3. Just in case you haven't had enough of Halo 3 or Halo 5 or anything like that, then there's more.
They're just like, they're thinking of ways to literally torture me.
No, they're not.
And leading up to it. They're like, I know that you want this, but you're going to have to go through this together. No, I'm not joking. I swear. They really are.
I'll tell you what they're doing. They're not doing that. What they're doing is they are trying to find a way to please as many people as they possibly can. And you know what? I got to say, something is better than nothing for a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there who love Halo 3. There's a lot of people who still want to play. But you know what? What's the hurt happening here?
I'll be honest with you, babes. There isn't.
But some people want to play in it. Some people want to watch it. Some people are Halo 3 fans.
It's okay.
I love Halo 3.
It's okay. I'm not trying to be a hater.
I understand. When you're waiting for something,
No. It's just time to move on here. You know, and that's what, I'm not trying to be a hater. I appreciate, you know, it's the same thing we talked about before. I appreciate money going into it. You know, I'm actually gonna play in it with Royal too, mainly just for the fun of it.
This is what I wanted to get at. I wanted to get the spark out. You know, 2v2. You're potentially gonna be playing in it.
There is
Matt.
no spark. There's literally no. Matt and I's plan is to play and just basically
have fun.
Not really. Like, it's not going to be us having fun. It's just going to be us, like, complaining basically the whole time. He literally said,
well, maybe Matt. Matt is the biggest complainer. I love him, but he's the biggest complainer.
He said he's just going to, like, roast everyone. Because there's players on the game who...
there is a fly. Did you see that? Where the hell does that come from? It's because we had a window open down here.
There are players who... I'm not trying to knock them, but they just haven't gotten off Halo 3. So we're like... Jesus Christ, like, this is gonna, you know.
I know.
It's the same thing with Halo 5, but it'll be fun. You know, I assume, the reason why we're playing it is because I assume there's gonna be nothing Infinite related now that this is going on. So just, like, try to kill some time,
you know what?
I guess. But, you know,
folks at home,
it is what it is.
I guarantee when Infinite comes out, you'll be seeing a different person sat in this chair.
They know. Like, you know, most of our people know me. Like, I'm a positive person, but, you know, we're just...
But not recently.
It's not about not being positive. Like, I think I'm still positive about Halo.
I think you're just deeply hurt.
Yeah, I am a bit.
I know, but do you know what? That's
they
life.
Don't give us any information.
It's coming out very soon.
Is it though?
I cannot answer that. But
because this is the issue, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what my problem is.
What is it?
Okay.
You've been waiting 6 years?
It's not. I don't. No, because you know people say that. I haven't been waiting 6 years. I've been waiting like 3.
That's still a long time.
It's still a long time.
It's like a prison sentence.
Yeah, you know, I've been. I'll tell you what. I've loved my prison sentence. I got to just get a house with you, and it's been great.
I know.
Like, it really has been. No, my complaint with stuff, it's just not knowing dates of when we're doing anything.
Yeah,
and
I've
told you this before.
Part.
I don't even care about the Halo 3 Fanfest. Like, cool. Like, it's all good. But like I am an organized person. I want to know what I'm doing with my life and when I'm doing it. And I know, like, is it too much to ask as a I hate sounding so spoiled, but this has been I sound so spoiled, but let me tell you something. This has been my life as a Halo pro up until Infinite. Because Infinite, they said they're going to have a 1-year roadmap.
Yeah.
Right? So my problem has been solved. But up until this point, basically, my life is constantly, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm just playing, and then they, like, announce a tournament. It's like, oh, great, like, PJ has to play in this tournament. Like, forget his plans for whatever. And I'm not complaining about that because I don't have a problem doing it. You know that about me. I have no problem staying home and grinding and doing whatever. But, like, in this case, I'm even more offended because, like, I'm waiting to play a beta, and I don't get to enjoy my summer at all. And I've had people, like, say stuff to me being like, just live your life. And I'm like, live it. Doing that is called unemployment. Like, I will lose my job if I go out and I'm not readily available within a couple days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand.
That's why I'm salty.
And it is hard.
It's not anyone's fault.
Yeah, there's just no planning process at all. Like, it's hard.
You know, and that's what it is. It's not anyone's fault. Okay. That's just me. That's me as a person.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what. I can take one positive out of this.
What's that?
All of it. Yeah. It might be plucking.
Yeah.
On thin air, but the one thing I probably can guarantee is when Infinite does come out, the one thing I think, you know, of many things that actually HCS do and Halo does, esports, is how much they put out. Like, I know that they will somewhere in the back be like planning this roadmap to a T where it will be chock-a-block full of potential, chock-a-block full of competition. Like, if I know something from my experience with working with Halo, and I've loved every second of working with Halo. Like, I am so excited for this new release.
I am too.
I'm very excited to see what they're putting forward, and I'm very excited to see the esports competition inside of it. Because I know them, and I know that they will literally be planning this to an absolute T. It will be divine. It will be perfect. There'll be so much to do and get involved in. And that's something I love about them. I think that is fantastic. There is so much for them to share with people. So I think if we're going to take anything from this kind of wait period and the fact that they are still churning out competition, high-level competition with high prize pools on older games, I think that just says something and speaks volumes for what is to come. And I hope that they and I know that they have been, because obviously there's a lot riding on this. A lot of people want to see it. I mean, look at the reception, the reveal.
The multiplayer...
deep dive?
No, not that one.
Reveal.
The original
reveal.
The original
at
reveal
E3.
at E3.
Yeah.
Had 1.8... No, wait, maybe it was the overview. No, I think it might have been the overview.
Yeah.
1.8 million views in 24 hours and was the #1 trending on YouTube.
Yeah, I know there is a lot on it.
It is literally insane. No, I just want to make sure this is clear. I'm not hating. Like, it is what it is. We're getting there. I'm self-reflecting. Like, I'm just complaining on my own backing of how I feel, because it's been a long wait. You know, sue me. Like, I want to work.
Don't sue him.
Don't actually sue me. But like, no, but you get what I mean. Like, I want to work. So it's like,
I know.
That's where my frustration comes from. But I am very happy.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I am happy because
take that frustration, shove it in there. Okay, just keep it in there. Yeah. Just let it go. You know what I mean? Just like let it burn. And then when the game releases, just release it.
That's what I'm doing.
Release it in an adrenaline way. Let it fuel that fire.
That's what I've been doing.
And just go for it. And I know you have. And we are so excited. I'm so excited for you. I'm very proud of you.
It's going to be awesome. And to their credit, it's going to be awesome. And that's why I'm frustrated, is because I'm so looking forward to it. And, to be waiting around for it just feels like, that's where the negative is like being so overly excited.
To wrap things up really briefly, I just want to quickly say, if anybody didn't watch the episode 16, I'm pretty sure it's where we discussed Infinite, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure it's where we discussed the reveal.
E3,
if you guys didn't see that one, just because you're not a big fan of just podcast only or audio only, because we didn't have a video for that. Quickly, I'd love to kind of reiterate your thoughts over the reveal, over what you saw in multiplayer in general. What did you think?
Loved it. It looked casually, like, we got to get there with our competitive settings, but from a casual standpoint, game looks fun, looks awesome. The customization is going to be incredible, which I'm so excited to see. They're getting rid of red versus blue, which is long overdue, and you get to just actually use your customization, and they're going to do outlines.
Controversial, that. Lots of people are very upset about that red versus blue going.
Go away. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, hold on.
There's going to be people.
Respect people's opinions. No, it is an OG thing.
No. Let me tell you something. I have
red versus blue tracksuit bottoms, right, by the way, that I love so much. They have holes everywhere. There is holes down the seams. There's holes in the buttocks. There's holes through the legs. It ain't good, right? Definitely not wearable outside, but I will never throw those away. Excuse that. Oh my gosh. Excuse that. You are. He is going to get an earful when we finish this. Anyway, I cannot throw those away for anything. Continue.
No, look, I'm not trying to not respect people's opinion. I get why people are offended about the red versus blue, but it's just about getting with the times a little bit. You
can't say go away. You can't shoot people off with the love of an original thing.
I need you to understand this, okay?
Yeah.
And everyone here listening, I love you. I love you so much, and this is to you and to them. I love you so much.
But do you?
No, I do. I love you all so much. I really do.
Okay.
But I see this on a daily basis.
No, I understand.
And the complaints and the arguments and people being offended that their favorite color, their red versus blue is being taken away. Just play the game for what it is. Play what you are allowed to play and what they're giving you, and just accept it. Customization is becoming such an awesome part of video games.
It is.
Yeah. Halo 1, if they didn't have red versus blue, I mean, what are we looking at?
Yeah.
Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3. Halo 3 is the first time there's real customization, but now it's going to be crazy.
Do you think you're going to be allowed customization in competition when you play?
I don't know. I think that I don't know.
Because that would be sick.
I think there's a chance I don't know this, and this is me speculating. I think there's a chance we're going to get team armors. Because HCS announced a thing that they're partnering with orgs to have skins in the game at the start, which and the customization I've seen tells me there's a chance we'll have armors.
Everybody here right now, if that actually happens, who is with me? Who is going to be rocking a Sentinel skin? Come on.
Assuming that they can get.
I was going to say if they come out.
I don't know how the partnership works, but.
Oh my god! I hope it's going to be sick.
Their design team is so amazing that I know it would look fire. But the only for Sentinels. But to what you were saying though about the customization, I assume you would be able to, because there's only going to be so many partnered teams that have in-game skins. So I assume you will be allowed to use whatever armor you want, and then it's an outline. And you know what you can do with the outline? You can make the outline whatever color you want. So you can make them red or blue.
Sick. Okay.
Or you can make them yellow. For me, I'm gonna go yellow probably.
Yeah. That's going to be so freaking cool.
From playing Valorant, I think that's what I've learned. Like, yellow is a good color for outlines.
Wow.
Cool.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Really cool.
Who cannot wait? Me. You. Us. Anyway, I think that will do it for our first episode in the basement. First episode in our brand new studio that we have built quite literally by hand.
I'm sorry for complaining. I really am.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
You do not need to be sorry about complaining, because I tell you what, we're a family on here. We say how it is. We say what we're feeling. There's no hiding away from it.
I appreciate it.
And it is what it is.
Because you know this.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who understand your frustration.
You know this because you know me, and I hope that they do too. Given 17 episodes, I love what I do, I'm so appreciative of the situation I'm in, and Sentinel, and there's so many things that I'm so grateful for with it that I hate to for a second sound as though
you don't.
Yeah.
If anything, what I was going to say before I rudely butted in,
it's okay,
is that the fact that you feel that way, you can tell, and if you can't tell, then you're crazy. But you can tell, you care.
As long as
that's
it comes,
all it is.
As long as it comes across that way.
As long as you're okay.
You're not offended that I told you I don't care about the red versus blue thing?
No, I'm not offended. I'm not throwing my trackies out. I'm not throwing my sweatpants out. They're great. I love them. I do love them. I just think it's really cool. I think it's something that, hey, look, it's been and gone. That's fine. If that's the case, that's the case. But, you can always go back. That's why MCC's on PC.
On PC, yeah. That's what I was going to say.
You can go back and play it. It's something that's old school. And what I think is really cool about it is one day I'll be able to say, do you remember when it was red versus blue? Yeah. How sick that was? Or you can keep that alive. There's so many other things you adapt. But if you kept the same game, what is there to play? What new is there to play if you're keeping the same stuff? It's not a new game then, is it? So
it's like people. The reason why I say that is just because
I kicked that fourth time, that box.
The reason why I say that is just because, like I said, the daily arguments and stuff that follow through with it. It's like people that wouldn't watch Halo 5. And Halo 5 from a spectating standpoint, it was amazing. Watching Halo 5 is really an incredible game.
Yeah,
the performance teams put on were amazing. But there are people that wouldn't watch it because it wasn't a battle rifle. And it's like, okay.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, do you know what? The thing is, you can't please everyone.
Yeah. I think that's the point.
But if you just kept the game virtually the same with the smallest additions, what is the point in paying for a new game anyway? I mean, it's silly.
Yeah.
So you got to change it up. You got to keep it exciting. You've also got to stay with the times. I think that's another thing people have to remember. Times are changing. Times are evolving. We're getting younger generations coming through that unfortunately don't really react that much to older games. They want something new. They're also evolving.
They want the battle pass. They want the
customization. They want the skins. It's all evolving and ever changing. And unfortunately, that's just what life is about. You change. You have to keep it going. It is sick. And the best thing about gaming is it doesn't just have to be a memory.
Can I give a piece of advice?
You know what I'm saying? You can go back and play games.
Yeah, especially with MCC if you're a Halo fan. Can I give a piece of advice before we get off here, before we close off? Play games for what they're worth. Mm-hmm. Just go into it with an open mind and enjoy the video game. You will love video games when you just embrace them for what they are. That's it. And I think that's why my level of enjoyment for Halo through all the different titles has always been so high.
Yeah.
I just take what's given. And that doesn't mean I don't try to fix things that might need to be fixed, but you get what I mean?
Of course I do.
Hopefully that helps you.
Yeah.
Sorry,
hopefully that does
smack
help.
the table.
That's okay. It's all right. We're a hot mess, but it's fine. I think everyone doesn't mind that much.
Yeah. New studio.
I hope you guys have really enjoyed this episode. It is time to rate the coffee. I gotta say, I drank all of mine. I literally drank all of mine. Did you drink a lot of yours?
Rate yours.
I think this actually could be my favorite one yet.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's mine too.
I think it could be my favorite one yet. I don't know what the highest rating I've ever given is.
Probably an 8.
Is it? No, I've definitely given higher than an 8. I've given an 8.7 or something like that. I'm going to give this... What?
You said you didn't know, and then
I've got to say it's got to be something like high 8s or something. Okay. I'm going to give this a 9.2. This is a solid coffee. I think you can definitely tell the roast masters really did search the globe and brought back some killer beans. In all seriousness, this is great. It's purely classic.
Yeah.
It goes with so much. I think this is a beautiful start to your morning. again, have not got the dry throat from it. So I love this. Really
I don't
nicely.
know if that's a thing.
It is a thing. It is a thing. Everybody.
Well, coffee like dehydrates you.
Well, some of it is so strong that it makes my throat dry and like kind of itchy. Am I allergic to coffee? No, this was really well rounded, very well balanced.
Yeah, it was delicious.
It was a perfect medium coffee. And like I said, I like to rate coffees not based on just my taste buds. Obviously, that does play a factor, because I know what I know, but of what it does say and you know how it is trying to communicate with us and and what it kind of describes. It does everything perfectly. It is really, really nice. I gotta say, it tastes very nice black, and it tasted really, really nice with creamer as well. I don't think you can go wrong with this, and the packaging is pretty cute too. So, what about you?
I'm going 9.5.
Oh.
Yeah, because you know what? It's one of the few. It's delicious. It honestly is. I sound like an advert, but it really is amazing. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever rate one a 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But the reason why I said
I know what my 10 is the one I told you about in Seattle.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll make it there at some point. We're gonna have to go.
So good.
I'd say 9.5 because especially the fact that I was able to drink this black, it was really good, and I was like, I could have that every day, you know. And I think that's a pretty high standard. Like if you can drink a cup of coffee every single morning, that's a pretty good cup of coffee. So
yeah, it is
9.5 for me.
Love that.
Thanks, Jay and Lex. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Jay, Lex.
I'll
thank you so much for bringing
I'm
that.
Sure, you know.
Thank you so much for sending this to us and giving this to us. It's really great. It's my favorite so far. I love the bag so much. I hope that's not playing too much of a part, the fact that I love the way it looks into how I'm feeling about it. But
you know it's good.
It was really, really good. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for hanging on with us, for bearing with us. Thank you so much for tuning back in. It has been a long 2 weeks. I'm so sorry. You know, we're so sorry about the shortage of episodes. But I tell you what, regular program as per usual every week. We are back on track. We are back here, baby. We are so excited to be bringing you the podcast in our new space. We're really, really proud of it.
It's going to keep getting better too.
Yeah,
so bear with us if any technical issues.
Absolutely. And also, as always, please let us know if there are topics, even extra topics. It can be about esports, it can be about us, it can be about life, it can be about advice, whatever the hell you want to ask us, please always ask us. We are always looking at the comments. We're always in there searching for new things to discuss and to see what you guys want to hear. Because at the end of the day, this is something that we're bringing to you guys. We're very involved with what you think. We love you so much. So thank you so much. This has been episode 17. We will see you guys next Wednesday as per usual. And as always, you want to say it?
You say it.
Stay on the
grind. Peace out.